Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Before I start the readings, I want to let you know that I do have some new online courses available on how to read oracle cards and crystals and spirituality, so click on the link below to check them out. Hi Capricorn, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your love and romance reading for the months of May, June, and July 2018. This is my first love reading for 2018, Capricorn, so if you don't remember the format, you can check back in 2017, but I'll just go over it briefly. I do a 3-month reading for May, June, and July, and then in June and July I'll do a shorter love reading based on what you're meant to do, not do, and what you can look forward to regardless. And then I'll do another 3 months for August, September, and October, and then another one for October, November, or for November, December, and then shorter love readings in between, just like I did in 2017. And the life, purpose, and career readings are also up, so I wanted to give you a heads up about that. Alright, so this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Love and romance for the months of May, June, and July 2018. And draw 1 card from the Chakra reading deck as the overarching theme, 3 cards from the Witch's Tarot, and then in the area of physical and sexual intimacy, I'm going to get 3 cards from the Sensual Wicca Tarot. And we're going to close out the reading with the numerology card. Okay, Capricorn, here we go. Truth. Interesting. I'm the first ones to get this. Truth. Number 5, some change around this. We have spiritual development under the deck. I think Scorpio had this as their overarching theme. Well, Capricorn, truth. Very much related to your throat chakra. How you speak your truth. You're being assisted and guided here to lovingly speak your truth more and more during the months of May, June, and July 2018. There's an alchemical feel to this. I'm seeing the fire and the water, together they make that steam, air. Speaking, your throat chakra, speaking your truth. Being able to take and change, take what's been occurring and change it into something new. Alchemically changing it into something new, something that you can utilize as you move forward in love. Very, very nice energy for you, Capricorn. And different, Capricorn's, of course, an earth sign, but you're very practical. You like to see the evidence of things. You want to know the progressional nature of things. And the truth, this particular truth card is very different, I think. Not that you don't speak your truth always, but that it's the changing of it. You're speaking it in a way that's different, and you're hearing it in a way that's different. You're hearing the truth differently as well. And you're hearing how others speak their truth. And when you're both in conversation speaking your truth, you can create something new in love. And it's 23, number 5 for me. 2 plus 3 equals 5. So there's this idea of change there. And even with that psychic development under the deck, again, being an earth sign, not always the most comfortable for you to fully trust your psychic impulses and understandings, but I think you're opening up to that more and more. Of course, not all Capricorns are like this. This is a very general reading, but for many of you, you haven't always been as attuned to your psychic nature, but you're very psychic, just as psychic as anybody. It's just whether or not you've been open to it. And I feel like you've been opening to it much more as you have been going through. As we all have, we are at a time of great spiritual awakening, and many people are aligning more with their spiritual development. Okay, let's get 3 cards. Okay, Capricorn. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the Emperor right in the center. And we have the King of Swords. Interesting. Wow. Well, you are very fixated on creating something very long-lasting. You're being very logical and careful here. We have the 6 of Cups under the deck. A very sweetness, a little bit of nostalgia there. Could be children involved. Okay. Very interesting. We have the Emperor right in the center. We have truth, you know. It's, very, when I saw that in the scales, very Libra energy. For some of you Capricorns, there will indeed be a Libra individual involved. We have swords here. Could be a Libra, could be a Gemini, could be an Aquarius, or just someone who embodies this energy of the King of Swords. We have the Emperor right in the center, very focused on home, family, creating structure and stability in your life. Very Capricorn energy, even though it's Aries represented here by the Emperor. But you're wanting to see truth, you're wanting to see justice, and you're wanting to see things be in balance. But you have to be able to adapt and change in order to do so. Capricorn can be difficult sometimes for anybody, but this is a Capricorn reading, so I'm going to go with that. Being an earth sign, you can get very fixated, as I have mentioned sometimes, on what is an evidence. How can I proceed in a sort of more sequential way? And that's being, you're being asked here to alchemically change some of those expectations and agendas with the truth here. Again, could for some of you be that Libra energy, and with this Libra, if it is a Libra, but it could just be this energy of balancing, of creating change. Just the very nature of the two of you together can create something new and beautiful, but you have to be open to it and willing to allow it. Now, we have the Five of Wands. So for some of you, it may be that there is actually quite a bit of competition between two individuals. I'll say this as well. And it could be, for some of you, an Aries and an air sign, but also just two people who actually are very similar, hold a lot of that masculine energy, even if they're female. But they're a little, it's funny, they're kind of the same in many ways, even though they're different individuals. So there may be some competition in love around this, which is always interesting. Yeah, I mean, it could be two people. I mean, two people who are the same but different, you know what I mean? Like they're just, I think what's the same about them is that they have, again, they hold that very strong divine masculine energy of wanting to get things done, of wanting to be, create something that's very stable, very structured. One person, if it's two people you're dealing with here, Capricorn, one person would be much more glib and intellectually adaptable, and the other person would be more strategic in terms of what they want to see set in stone kind of energy. Very interesting. And it could just be you incorporating both of these energies, so you're very fixated on creating something here in love. That Five of Wands can also be a very busy time. Even little minor clashes with your partner. And it may be the minor clashes because you could be being very rigid with this Emperor energy and not wanting to adapt to certain situations. But you're being asked to lovingly speak your truth, to lovingly allow others to speak their truth, and create some change around that. Hearing them differently, speaking your truth differently. If you are the one who's used to laying down the law, the Emperor energy, this is the way I want it done, this is how I expect it to be done, you're being asked to be much more adaptable here, Capricorn. You don't want to always be at odds or clashing with that Five of Wands. Those little petty irritations and annoyances, they may be one of the ways that you play off each other in terms of your banter, but it's not something that would be long-lasting that you would want, Again, there's this Six of Cups under the deck, this idea of nostalgia, sweetness, and even this spread, it tends to be kind of going towards the past as I look at it. We have the Five of Wands, we have that Emperor looking towards the past, and the children, again, we have that children represented with the Six of Cups. And we also have here even the King of Swords. Even though he's more present, his body is still facing towards the past. So there may be quite a bit of nostalgia and thinking about the past during this time frame for you, Capricorn. But the past is the past. It is what it is. It is what it was. You do your best to be as present as you can with the current situation you have in love. Speak your truth more openly, more lovingly, so that it can transform into something new. If you are looking towards the past and trying to be like you were in the past, or wanting someone to be how they were in the past, it's not sustainable, because they're not. No one's the same as they were in the past. And you have to open up and hear new truths. Certainly with that King of Swords energy, there would be a lot of communication. The King of Swords is very truthful. He's very clear. He's very just, very fair. And the Emperor as well. The Emperor can be a bit more stubborn, a bit more headstrong, but same energy, but different. It's interesting. Let me get a couple cards on these two together. What are these two about for Capricorn? And how are they likely to affect Capricorn during this time frame? Again, that King of Swords could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. It doesn't have to be, but someone who would embody that if it wasn't you. Those characteristics. I'm going to get the Emperor and the King of Swords together. How does this affect Capricorn? What is this about, and how is it affecting Capricorn in the months of May, June, July? June, July 2018. What is this about for Capricorn? The King of Swords. Okay, so it's about the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And it's likely to affect you with the Ace of Swords. The Page of Wands as well. That's a beautiful invitation. I love this. Could be that there's an invitation. There's Justice in reverse under that. Again, very Libra. A lot of Libra energy around you. So there's not a Libra individual, Capricorn. It's this energy of fairness, of justness, of balance. Okay, so the Page of Wands here. An invitation to play. An invitation to a social gathering. It could be that you get an invitation, you get a call, you get a message. And you would need to act kind of quickly about it. It would maybe be more spontaneous in nature. And you are being encouraged to attend or to accept the invitation there, which is really, really nice. So we have these two individuals and two energies, right? And it's about, and remember what I said, like you're really focused on structure and creating something for yourself. And I think the reason is, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, these energies are at play because there's a sense of like, you haven't been in love, you haven't really been paying attention to the details of who you are and what makes you happy. Things have been kind of running rampant a little bit. Maybe you've been letting things slide a little bit, either your appearance or things that matter to you. And so now there's this energy, this desire to create more stability, to create things, to create a structure, to create an environment where love can bloom, romance can be sustainable. So it's about that. So it doesn't surprise me that it would be in the reverse, and this is why out of this energy, where again, it's maybe you've been focused on the big picture, Capricorn. Now you've got to come back to the details, and this is why these grow from this energy. Lack of paying attention to the details, and now from that is born a need and a desire to create something more sustainable, more structured. Again, it could be that you just have been letting yourself go. You haven't been paying attention to the things that make you happy. Maybe, do you want to do this? Okay. And you just say, yeah, but really in truth, you're like, I'd rather do something else, but I just want to go with it, go with the flow. And the go with the flow energy is not working for you anymore. We have here the Ace of Swords. You are beginning more and more
or someone is in love, to take command of this situation. A lot of divine masculine energy with the Emperor and the King of Swords there, and the Ace. I mean, look at it. The Ace of Swords, are you kidding me? So much divine masculine energy taking charge. This situation has floundered long enough. Truth is being told, and you are absolutely taking command, and or someone else is in love here. I feel like it's you, though. Taking command of the situation, taking action. You have a lot of clarity, and you're beginning to communicate more and more what it is you want. Remember, it's about lovingly speaking your truth, allowing others to speak their truth, yes, so that you, the two of you, if you are connecting with someone, can alchemically change into a union that is a melding of the two of you, okay? But someone's got to take control of the situation, because it's been either you or the situation has just not been, it needs to be tightened up. The nuts and bolts need to be tightened. It's not that it's all gone, away. It's just that there's every now and then, we have to revisit the infrastructure, check out the tunnels under the town, make sure they're working. The communication lines are all, working, all of that. It's, those kinds of details. It's important to make sure that the communication and everything is, and the transportation systems are all running smoothly, and there's ability for, for commerce and all of this to occur. It may just be you're coming out of a very busy time, or the beginning of this period is very, very busy or very competitive or whatever. But ultimately, you are creating, you're taking command of the situation, Capricorn, and it feels good to you. It could be, of course, it could be someone else who decides to take command, and it may be that you receive communication, very truthful, like someone who's very direct and is like, I like you, I want to take you out. It wouldn't be like beating around the bush. It would be someone who's very interested in creating that sense of stability, which is really, really nice. And it may come in the form of an invitation to an event or just a social gathering, which, as I mentioned, you are encouraged to attend. All right, so Capricorn, let me go ahead and look at the physical and sexual intimacy area. What an interesting, we have 2 5s as well. We have the five of Wands, and we have the 2 + 3 here with the Truth. Again, a lot of change energy there, which is really, really nice to see. Not always comfortable, sometimes change can feel uncomfortable, but it's for the best. All right, so in the area of physical and sexual intimacy for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, Capricorn. We have the Time, the Wheel. We have the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Stars in the reverse. We have the Fool in the reverse. I think Sagittarius had this in the same placement. All right, so let me show you the cards, Capricorn. So in the area of physical and sexual intimacy, we have the Time card, beautiful energy, the Wheel. Right next to it, the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. Things are opening up, absolutely. Maybe because you're starting to feel safer and more in control with that Ace of Swords, or maybe you're feeling safer because someone else is speaking their truth and taking charge. I don't know. But in terms of the bedroom, there's a beautiful opportunity here to open up and experience more joy and hope and optimism in the physical, which is so, so beautiful for you. Even the Stars in reverse is still a great, great card. It may be that you have to also... we have this idea of truth, lovingly speaking your truth with this card here. And it may be with the Stars energy. Again, we have air sign, the Aquarian energy here, that you are being called to, whisper those sweet nothings and encourage your lover. Let them know that you love them and that they are masterful, or whatever it is, that you appreciate them, all of that. It may be that you're also called in the bedroom to do that, but we have that beautiful, the Wheel, the Jupiter energy touching upon the 4 of Pentacles, everything opening up, especially in the bedroom, which is so, so nice for you. And again, we have this idea of the four with the emperor. So stability, creating something long lasting, something that has legs. And it starts with paying attention to the details of your life, you know, of you, who you are, what you are, how you are. Taking good care of your body, knowing what you eat, knowing what you're thinking and feeling, and just being more connected to the things that you like to do and who you want to be and how you want to project yourself in the world. And that starts for you, Capricorn, with speaking your truth and allowing others to do so too, so you can change into something more magnificent. With the Fool in the reverse, I feel like here, you know, as I mentioned with Scorpio as well, just be aware of any I think it was Scorpio, it could have been Sag. Just be aware, Capricorn, of any tendency to want to engage in the physical act in order to have a temporary feeling of freedom. I mean, it's okay to do so, but don't expect anything more from it if you are engaging in that energy. You're wanting it to be more than that, you know? Because you're looking at all this structure and you want something stable and long-lasting. So something to consider. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful, Capricorn. You're always, of course, welcome to have your own private reading. I also do Reiki sessions. Again, this is Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can also look for your life purpose and career reading if that resonates with you. Much love.